What is up guys, welcome back to another Fingerstyle tutorial. Today we're going to be taking a look through my arrangement of No Time to Die by Billie Eilish. If you haven't seen the full version, click the link above or down in the description. This is probably going to be one of my easier arrangements to learn, so if you're a beginner fingerstyle guitarist, it's probably a good one to start with. We're in standard tuning and you don't need a capo, so if you're ready, let's get started. Alright guys, so as usual, tabs will be along the bottom. This is going to be the first string, this will be the sixth string. So I'm going to split the song into a few different sections. We've got the intro, all the verses, the bridge, the chorus, and the ending. Alright, so let's get started with the intro. The first bar sounds like this. So you can hear that kind of alternating pattern between the first string and the second string. That's going to repeat throughout the whole 4 bars of this part. So we're starting off with like an E minor chord, but we don't play these strings, so we can just take those fingers off. And we're going to do a finger roll on the first 3 strings and the 6th string. Okay, now we start this repeating pattern. So it's repeating between the 2nd string and the 1st string. So we've got 2nd, 1st on the 2nd fret, 2nd, 1st on the 3rd fret, 2nd, 1st on the 7th fret, 2nd. Alright, so once you get that pattern down, it's a very similar pattern for the second bar, it's just of a different shape. We're up here this time. And we've got that little harmonic there, which is a little bit tricky. So this is kind of like a C bar chord, but I hold it like this because you need this finger free. So I've got my first finger here for the bass note, 8th fret, 6th string. I've got my second finger down here on the 3rd string, 9th fret. And then my 3rd finger on the 4th string, 10th fret. Like that. So we're going to start with the chord again. We're going to hit strings 3 and 6. Followed by 4. Then we're starting this pattern again. We need to move up here, put our free finger onto this 11th fret, 3rd string. We're going to hit that, followed by the 4th string again. Then slide it up to the 12th fret and do the same. Then we're taking this finger off to get that harmonic. You just want to rest it lightly on the 12th fret, 2nd string. And play that. Again, followed by the 4th string, which is still here on the 10th fret. So that bar will be a little bit more difficult. It sounds like this. Once you get that, the next one should be easier. It sounds like this. So this is all based around this chord, which is like a A minor kind of thing. I've got my first finger here on the 2nd string, 5th fret. I've got my second finger here on the 3rd string, 6th fret, and my 3rd finger is here on the 4th string, 7th fret. We're going to hit this open bass note, 5th string, along with the 2nd string. Then we're doing this alternating again. So we've got 3rd string, again on the 2nd string, this time on the 7th fret. 3rd string, move this finger up to the 8th fret, play that one, 3rd string, and then down here to the 7th fret on the 1st string. And then play that 3rd string again. So hopefully that makes sense. Once you get that, we're coming back up here for another bar chord. We were here for the 2nd bar. This time we're moving down 1 fret. So every finger moves down 1 fret. And this will be the last chord of this section. Exact same finger positions as that one, just down 1. And we're going to hit strings 3 and 6, then 4, then 3 again, but this time you want to add this finger under this one, so it's on the 9th fret, 3rd string. And 4th string again. Then you want to bar this fret and play the 2nd string, which is on the 7th fret. Okay, so we can play through those 4 bars. The next 4 bars are very similar. Starts off the same. When you get to here, it changes slightly, so it ends like this. So we're still going down to that 7th fret on the 1st string, but once you play it, you come up to the 8th fret. Then we're switching chords to this one, the same as usual, but we're going to bar this, and we're just going to do a finger roll on the first 3 strings on the 6th one. And that's the end of the intro. Alright guys, so once you get that intro down, you're ready to start the verse. The first verse is very stripped down and minimalistic. It starts off like this. Alright, so the first chord is that one. It's a bit like an E minor, but instead of using that finger there, I use this finger up here on the 4th fret of the 4th string. And I just do a little finger roll on strings 6, 5, 4, and 3. From there, you want to try and keep those strings ringing and move your 3rd finger onto the 3rd fret on the 2nd string and play that note. From there, you want to shift up, take this finger off, and put your 2nd finger up here on the 3rd fret of the 5th string. Then you want to play strings 2, 3, and 5. Like that. From there, it's just a pull off. So take those fingers off, pull off on the 2nd string, 1st fret to open. So that bar. Next one, it's like an A minor. With some artificial harmonics there. So we're starting with the bass note, which is open 5th, and then the 3rd and 4th strings on the 2nd fret. Now the notes here for this little run are there. So if you don't want to play harmonics, you can just play the 1st fret on the 2nd string, open 1st string, 3rd fret on the 1st string, and 2nd fret. If you are playing the harmonics, you need to put your finger on into those positions, and then relative to the 12th fret, put your finger on, thumb behind, and just kind of pluck the string to get the harmonic. Like that. That takes quite a bit of practice though. The next bar. Another quite easy one. We're starting back in this shape we had in the first bar of the verse. We've got strings 6, 5, putting this finger onto the 3rd fret 2nd string, remember? 2, then back into this shape, but this time put your 1st finger down here on the 2nd fret 1st string. Do a little finger roll there on the first 3 strings and the 5th string. Then I take this finger normally, which is my 3rd finger, and do a pull off on the 1st string, 3rd fret to open. So that bar. Next one. It's another quite easy one. We've got open 5th, and then we're going 7, 5, 3, 2 on the 1st string. To get into that 7, I do a little slide from the 6th fret. Like that. From there, we're starting to repeat. So instead of doing those harmonics again, we're going to be ending this bar with open second string and then pull off first fret to open on the second string. And then the last bar of the verse sounds like this. Okay, so we're starting with 6th string open and then doing pull-offs on the first fret to open. That's on the 2nd string. After the second one, you want to get this bass note, C bass note, so 5th string, 3rd fret. Then another pull-off. So you can try and keep that finger there while you do that other pull-off. Then take your finger off, hit open 3rd and 4th string, 4th fret. Then just end it on that bass note again. The open 5th. So that bar. So before you move on to the second verse, you're going to want to make sure that you can play the first verse really well. Make sure you're really confident with it, because the second verse adds a lot more. There's more bass notes going on, and it's just generally more complicated. The first bar sounds like this. Okay, so there's just more notes there basically. It starts off the same kind of chord. So we've got this kind of E minor kind of chord here, and this finger is added back on to the 2nd string, 3rd fret. Once you've got that shape, we're going to hit strings 6, 5, 2 and 4 together, then back to 5. That's when we switch chords. Okay, so the bass pattern there is just 6, 5, 4, 5. But we've got that melody note in there as well. Then we're switching to this chord, same as the first bar of the first verse. We're going to hit strings 2, 3 and 5. Then you want to add this finger on where you would normally with a C. So onto the 2nd fret of the 4th string. You're going to hit that one, followed by open 3rd, and then that pull off again. Okay, so that's the first bar. Next bar. This one's not too bad. Starting off in the same way, so it's just open 5th and then 3rd and 4th strings on the 2nd fret. Then you want to hit that bass note again. Then we've got a little slide here, so we're sliding from the 2nd fret here, which is already held down, to the 4th fret, followed by open 3rd. So that bar. Okay. Next bar sounds like this. So this is the most difficult bar so far. Starts off in the same shape, but the rhythm is more complicated. That part will take a little bit of practice. So we've got 6, 5, same as usual, but we're coming in faster with the second string straight to the 1st string and the 4th string together. Like that. Then we're going back to the 5th string. Then we're changing shape again, back onto this chord, but because we want to hit that melody note and that note, we have to use a different position. This is the easiest one I found. So I've got my first finger on the 1st string, 2nd fret. My 2nd finger is also on the 2nd fret, but it's on the 4th string. And then I've got my 3rd finger on the 5th string, 3rd fret. From there, we can hit strings 1, 2, 3 and 5 together, followed by 4, 3. Then we just take our fingers off and do a pull off on the 3rd fret to open on the 1st string. So that bar again. The next bar. This one isn't too bad. It's the A minor bar, so we've got the open fifth string followed by 4, 3, 4. All those notes are on the second fret. Then we've got another run, a bit like this one. But now we're adding these other notes. So we've got 7, 5, 3, 2 on the first string, and on the second string we've got 5, 3, 1, 0. Alright, so the next bar after that. So if you can play it up to here, this one should hopefully be a little bit easier. Get into this usual shape. Then we've got 6, 5, 1 and 4. And then back to 5. Switching chords again. We've played this one before, so it's just that C, and then 4, 3, pull off on the second string, first fret to open. Next bar starts off the same as a lot of them. We've got the open fifth, third and fourth together on the second fret, then open fifth again. This part changes slightly, so I normally switch my fingers, put this one down a string, so it's just by itself on the third string, second fret. I'm going to play that one, and then open second fret. Then we've got this part again, which is the same as the first verse. Alright guys, good job if you made it this far. Now we're into the, it's kind of like a bridge section, just before the first chorus. That part. Alright, so right at the end of the second verse, we've just played that bass note. Now we're going to do a little slide on the fourth string, second fret to fourth fret, followed by third string open, like that. Then we're moving into this shape to start this part. So I've got two fingers held down here on the second fret, third and fourth strings, and then I've got my third finger up here for that C bass note. The first bar is like this. Okay, so it's not too difficult. We've got repeating bass notes, so it might be easier for you to try it separately. So get the timing of those bass notes, and then think about the melody. So we're starting in that shape, and we're going to hit strings 3, 4, and 5 together. Then lift your second finger off, so this one, and play that open third string. Then we've got another bass note there. Then I'm switching to bring my fourth finger up here onto the fourth fret, fourth string. Hit that one, along with, followed by, the open third string again. Then we've got the bass note again. Then lift this finger up, which should hopefully leave this finger still held down here on the second fret. So that one was on the fourth fret, we lift it off, now we're on the second fret. You're going to hit that one, then you're going to put this one back onto the fourth fret, play it with the bass note, and then play open third. Okay, so it might be easier to try them separately, so just play the bass notes and then try it together. The next bar sounds like this. So we've got the same bass notes, just repeating 4 times. This time it's on the open 6th string. We're starting on the same kind of place, third string, second fret. Lift that finger off, open third, bass note again, then we're doing a little slide up here. The same slide that we did to get into this section, so it's just 4th string, 2nd fret to 4th fret, followed by open 3rd. Then another bass note, then another bass note. Then we're putting our finger back onto here, 4th string, 4th fret, play that, followed by open 3rd. Next bar. This one's not too bad either. Starts in the same place, 2nd fret, 3rd string. The bass notes this time are going to be open 5th string. Let's play those two together. Lift that finger off. Open 3rd twice. Bass note. Put that finger back onto the same place. Play that 3rd string, followed by open 2nd and 5th. Then we've got 2 pull-offs with a bass note in the middle. Then for the last bar, we're just going up to that bass note, 2nd fret on the 5th string, and then at the end we're playing these 2 notes to get into the chorus. It's going to be open 2nd string and 3rd fret on the 1st string. So I'll just play through that section once more. Alright guys, so now we're into the chorus. It's probably the hardest part of the song to play. It's 8 bars. Luckily the first 4 bars aren't too difficult. So the first one sounds like this. If you learnt the verses properly, then these shouldn't be too bad to play. So once we've played that note there, at the end of the last section, we're going to bar this 2nd fret from the 5th string downwards. So that 6th string is staying open. And we've got these 2 fingers on the 4th fret on the 3rd and 4th strings. So make sure you're holding that shape. It should sound like this. So we're going to hit strings 1 and 6 together, then 5, 4, 3. Then we're shifting chords just to this kind of C chord. So holding a C chord, you want to hit strings 1 and 5, 4, 3, and then pull off that finger that's holding down the 1st fret on the 2nd string. Okay, so not so bad. This first bar is like this. Next bar. This one should be easy for you. Starting off the same as we have done in the past, it's just open 5th and then 3rd and 4th strings on the 2nd fret. Hit that bass note again, then the 4th string, then 2nd string open, and 3rd fret on the 1st string. So that's just the same as we played at the end of the bridge section to get us into the chorus. Then back to this chord here, same as the start of the chorus. You're going to hit 1 and 6 together again, 5, 4. Now instead of hitting 3, we're going to go straight into a hammer-on, open 1st string to 3rd fret. Then, as soon as that's on there, bring these 2 fingers up here, like a C, but instead of use the 1st finger and the 2nd finger. And you're going to hit 5, 4, 3. Then, sliding up on the 1st string, 3rd fret to 5th fret, and play that twice. Alright, so that bar. Next bar. Okay, so it starts off open 5th, open 1st, open 5th again. Then up to the 7th fret on the 1st string, play that, and then do a pull off on the 8th fret to the 7th fret on the 1st string. This is where the chorus gets a little more difficult. So this bar is like this. Okay, this is one of my favorite parts to play, but it does take some practice, so don't worry if you don't get it straight away. So after you play that, we're gonna hit open 6th string, open 3rd string. Then, this is very important, use your 3rd finger to slide on the 2nd string from the 8th fret to the 10th fret. Then you want to bring this 4th finger across for that harmonic on the 12th fret 1st string. Like that. Then, string, as you hit that harmonic, you're coming down on the 8th fret 6th string. Then you hit the 3rd string open, plant this finger down on the 12th fret 2nd string, play that up to the 13th and then back to the 12th. That's that bar, okay? So it sounds like this. Do your best to keep everything ringing out. You want to hear that harmonic ringing out while you're doing that, but it's kind of difficult. Next bar. This one is difficult as well. So as soon as you've hit that 12, 13, 12, you're shifting down to the 10th fret here. Hit that bass note first, then hit the 2nd string on the 10th fret. Then we're sliding down on the 1st string, 10th fret to 8th fret. From there, carry on going down to the 7th fret, hit the bass note again, open 5th, bring your 2nd finger up here, also on the 7th fret, to the 4th string. Then, this bit's a little bit awkward, you want to bring your 4th finger up here to the 8th fret, 2nd string, play that, then lift that 3rd finger off the 1st string and play it on the 5th fret 1st string. Like that. Okay, so those are probably the two most difficult bars in the song. Next bar. This one's a bit difficult at first, but it gets easier. So we're having a bar chord here, but you want to keep that 6th string open. So I'm barring the 7th fret, and I'm making an A minor shape here. So I've got 8th fret on the 2nd string, 9th fret on the 3rd and 4th strings. Do a finger roll, 6th string, 3, 2, 1. Then we're following this pattern. 5, 2 and 3 together, 4. Like that. Then moving down to this shape. This shape is the same as the verse. So we've got 2 fingers here on the 2nd fret, 1st string and 4th string, and then up here on the 5th string, 3rd fret. While you've got that shape, you're going to hit strings 1 and 5 together, 4, 3, add this finger on here, that's going to be on the 2nd string, 3rd fret, and lift your first finger off so you can get that open first. So it's like this. So that bar. The hardest part of this is going from there to there quick enough in like an eighth note. Takes a little bit of practice. And then the last bar of the chorus. Nice easy one. We're in A minor, so we've got open 5th string and then 4, 3, both on the 2nd fret. And then on the 1st string, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. Okay, so after the chorus, we'll play the intro again, this time with a slightly different part at the end. So in the intro, at this part, we would play this note. But instead of that, we're going to play this quick run, that's like this. Okay, so the notes here, on the 1st string, 7, 8, 7, hammer on, pull off, 5, 7, 5, 3, 5, 3, 2, 3, 2. So at the start of each section, you also want to hit the 2nd string open. Takes a little bit of practice to get that up to speed. Once you get that, we're into the 3rd verse. Alright guys, so after you played that fast part, we're straight into the 3rd verse. It's probably the hardest verse, but if you can play the first 2, then you should be able to play this one. It starts off with a finger roll. We want to get into this position so that we're ready for the rest of the bar. So it starts off in the same kind of position. Keep this finger off the 2nd string for now, and just do a finger roll on the first 3 strings and the 6th string, which are all open. Then we're hitting strings 5, which is on the 2nd fret. Then you want to add this finger to the 2nd fret 3rd string, where it normally is, and play strings 2 and 4 together. Then back up to 5. Then we're switching to this chord, which you should be familiar with now. It's just basically the C, but the melody note is down here. That's going to be on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. You're going to hit strings 2, 3, and 5 together, followed by 4, 3, and then that pull off on the 2nd string, 1st fret to open. Okay, so that bar shouldn't be too bad. The next one should be easy because it's just the same as the other verse. Like that. This next bar is a little bit more difficult. So it's got slightly more complicated bass pattern. It's like this. And then the melody underneath. So getting into this normal shape that we've had previously in the verses, we've got 6, 5, 2 and 4, and then 5 and 1. Then we're switching to this chord that we've had a couple of times now. This one that's on the 2nd fret, and then the 3rd fret on the 5th string. We're going to hit strings 1, 2, 3, and 5. Then lift your first finger off here, so we've got open 1st string, play that along with this 4th string, which is on the 2nd fret. Then you want to put that finger back on to the 2nd fret 1st string and play it with open 3rd string. Then you can lift your fingers off and do a pull off on the 3rd fret to open on the 1st string. So that bar is probably the hardest verse bar that we've had so far. The next one, luckily, is easy because we've done it before. So that's exactly the same as in the second verse. The next bar sounds like this. A little bit different again, but not too difficult. Getting into this shape here, we've got 6, 5, 2 and 4 again, 5 and 1. So that actually starts exactly the same as the third bar of this verse. So that one we just played. This one starts just exactly the same. At this point, instead of going to that chord, we're switching to like a real kind of C shape. But we're going to add this finger on here. So that finger's added on the second string, 3rd fret. And we're going to hit strings 2 and 5 together. Then you're going to lift that finger off so that now it's on the 1st fret on the 2nd string. And you're going to hit strings 2 and 4. Then you're going to lift that 1st finger off, so now that 2nd string is open. You're going to hit that along with open 3rd, so open 2nd and 3rd together. Followed by a pull off on the 2nd string, 1st fret to open. Next bar is an easy one. So that's the same as the equivalent bar in the second verse, so you should know that one. Next bar. This one's a little bit awkward to play. So in the second verse, you probably would have gone straight to that low E 6th string note. This time it's a C we're going to, so you want to hit that 5th string 3rd fret note. And you want to make this whole C shape here, because the next part you're going to do a pull off on the 2nd string, 1st fret to open, as well as hitting the 4th string on the 2nd fret. Okay, so I'll take it back a little bit. After that, we've just got a kind of bass pattern, which is going to be the 5th string there, 4th string, add this finger up, play the 4th string again, but this time on the 4th fret, then play the 5th string again, then play the 3rd string open. Okay, so that bar up to that point is like that. Then you're bringing your 4th finger down here to the 1st string, 3rd fret, and playing that twice. The last bar of this verse is like this. It's a little bit awkward to play, but after you've played that 1st string on the 3rd fret twice, you're coming up here for that bass note. 2nd fret, 5th string, play it once again, after you've slid your finger up here to the 5th fret, 2 more times, then these 2 fingers that are free, try and get them down onto the 4th fret on the 2nd and 3rd strings, and play it with those ones. Play that bass note again, and then again with open 2nd, and again with 3rd fret on the 1st string. Okay, so that's probably quite a lot to take in. Sounds a bit like this. It's a lot of stretching, it's a bit uncomfortable. But once you get used to it, that is the end of the verse. Okay, so after we played the 3rd verse, you go through the chorus again, and then you're starting to get into the end of the song. So we play this kind of intro part again. But instead of having this as the alternating note, it's now going to be here. So it's the same note, but it's an octave lower. So it's going to be the 2nd fret on the 4th string. Exactly the same. And when you go up to the 7th fret, we're going to play it here instead. So it's the same note, just up here on the 7th fret, 5th string. Next bar, just the same. Apart from that part, we're going to actually play the note there instead of the harmonic. We're going to play that along with the 3rd string as well, which is on the 9th fret here. Next bar is just the same. At this point, we play a little melody. So barring this fret here, we're just going to go on the 2nd string, 7, 8, 7, 8, and then 1st string, which is also on the 7th fret, barred. Like that. So from that shape, just drop it down, releasing this bass note, and instead of going back down here, we're going to stay here, and we can actually play that part here. So that's going to be open 6, 7th fret, 5th, and then lifting this finger off, so we're just on the 7th fret on the 2nd string and the 9th fret on the 3rd string. Play those two together, then we're just alternating that bass note, putting that finger back on, and then play the 1st and 2nd strings together. Next bar. It's all just the same. So those bars, just exactly the same as the intro. After you played that, we're just going to end the song with that part of the chorus again. So it's got a slight difference in it. Starts off just the same. After that note, instead of hitting the high notes, it stays low and plays these notes. Okay. Once you've played them, it's just the same. You'll probably be a bit unfamiliar because you're in a different position now. But it's all just the same. And then you slow it down. Ends like that, and then we've got one more chord here. It's like the James Bond chord. I play it like this. I've got 1st string on the 2nd fret, on the 4th fret, 2nd and 3rd strings, and then the 4th string is on the 5th fret. Thank you guys for watching that tutorial. If you enjoyed it, please remember to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.